Hey guys, it's Bree. I'm going to be reviewing the Panopticon by Jenni Fagan today. I actually finished this book on Friday, but I didn't review it then. I kind of went on a TV watching binge, and then the next day my mom and my brother drove the 4 hours from my hometown to come and see me. So we spent all day together and it was a lot of fun. But I have finished this, so I thought I'd let you guys know my opinions. You might know I'm signed up for a book subscription service called Just the Right Book, and that's actually where I got this. So I paid them to essentially have somebody else pick out books for me, because I like having other people pick out books for me. I get to read things that I wouldn't normally read. They sent me the Panopticon and I was so excited. In fact, it's probably the book I've been the most excited they've sent me. It is about a girl named, I'm probably saying this wrong, but Anais Hendricks. And she's 15 years old and she's in the Scottish foster care system. She's kind of struggling because her adoptive mother has died and she's being placed back into the system. She's, been in and out of the police custody for drug abuse and theft and truancy and all that good stuff. And now they are claiming that she has essentially attempted the murder of a police officer who is now in a coma. So she's placed into the Panopticon, which is a children's home. It was an old jail, and it was a Panopticon style jail. So there's a tower in the middle and all of the cells surround it, and the tower can see into all of the rooms, which is a really fun thing. I'm going to talk in a later video about Jeremy Bentham, and I'll mention the Panopticon more there so you can know a little bit more of the history. But Anais is really struggling with, for one thing, being kind of incarcerated again. She's still struggling with the loss of her adopted mother, and she's really kind of struggling also with mental illness and kind of this uncertainty in what she's seeing and if what she's seeing is real. She really kind of is convinced that there's this thing called the experiment, which is kind of this mysterious, omnipotent force that can see into her life and manipulate the things around her, and really is kind of bent on putting her through hell just to see what she can do. She's seeing flying cats everywhere, and thinks gargoyles move. And I think she understands intellectually that these things aren't happening, but she's kind of internally, she's convinced of it. So she's in the Panopticon. It takes a long time, but she starts kind of opening up, and then all sorts of things kind of go downhill. It's kind of tragic. So there are a couple of things that I really in particular liked about this book. For one thing, Fagan writes in a stream of consciousness writing style, but one that uses kind of the vernacular. So when I say that, what I mean is she's saying what Anais is thinking, but also using the exact words that Anais would be thinking of it in. And it's a hard thing to explain, so I figured I would actually read you a little bit of an excerpt. There are no cars out. No headlights, not even miles away. Nothing. Just the swish, swish, swish of fields. The sound of my sneakers hitting the tarmac, me clicking a lighter round and round, a wee flash of flame in the dark. The Panopticon's a big, looming hulk. It's too big, like somewhere that a giant lives. I do not want to go back in there. Stop at the gates, and I can tell the gargoyle's been waiting to see how my night went. What? I ask him. It must be nearly 4 a.m. Surely it'll get light soon. The ground's frosty. They say it's gonna snow now, but it should not until November, and that's still a few days away. But the words are written as they're pronounced, which is really cool. It's the same kind of feel that Mark Twain did, which was really revolutionary for him at the time, and I think is really still a pretty rare thing to see, let alone a thing to see done well. For instance, she says "kana," or what, I can't even pronounce that, C-A-N-N-A-E, right? So she's saying the accent is written in. thought it was done really well. I think the stream of consciousness feel to it, that thought process where you're seeing all of her thoughts, very cool, very well done. And it avoided the jumpiness that tends to happen when people write their characters' thoughts as they're thinking it. I thought the character development was really well done, especially you have some really fully fleshed side characters that were done just fantastically. In particular, if you read, Angus was really great. Isla was awesome. The problems that the kids face, I felt were really realistic and handled just beautifully. And especially, they were handled well and the prose was handled well, and I thought that combination was awesome. The only thing that I really didn't like is I found the ending kind of unsatisfying. It's certainly foreshadowed, and I don't want to tell you what it is because I think you should read it and tell me what you think of it. And if you have, tell me what you thought of the ending. But I just felt that the ending was kind of unsatisfactory. It didn't really, I think, connect with the character development, and it didn't really seem to make sense with the new relationships that Anais has kind of formed while at the home. Otherwise, I mean, I gave this is one of my favorite books that I've read so far this year, I think. I'd probably give it a 4 or 4.5 out of 5 stars. I would definitely suggest that you pick this book up, give it a go, and let me know what you think. I will talk to you guys later. As always, you can find all of my other stuff down below. And seriously, let me know what you thought of this book. Let me know what you thought of the writing style and the character development, all of that good stuff. Or just if you liked it, let me know. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.